So, you mentioned you're interdisciplinary when it comes to martial arts. Can you discuss that a little bit? Like, what is your style of learning?
Well, I started in one martial art, my first one, Taekwondo, and I went through the entire system from beginning to mastery, so white belt to black belt, and past black belt, and that became my foundation. So when I learned after that, I explored other martial arts like karate and jiu-jitsu and kickboxing and things like that. But because I already had a base, it was very easy to absorb the other martial arts because I had a system that I could overlay onto other systems to figure them out. So that's when I realized that I was onto something. And because I always had a love for martial arts, I kept exploring different martial arts. So I went on from jiu-jitsu, then I went into mixed martial arts even, where you could use all your different techniques in a freestyle fighting format to see what happens.
Okay. And when it comes to even learning, like with workouts, what would you say is the importance of knowing different styles?
Lots of working out it's not just training, but it's making sure that you don't get injured, or being able to work around something that is injured. So you want to be able to have many ways to the same path. So boredom's a big thing when you're training too. People get bored, you want to do something different. So I always have something different to offer, something different to put on the table, a different way of doing everything. For every skill set that we work on, for every martial art, there's a different way to achieving that skill set. So I've had many different teachers and many different ways to learn the alphabet, because it is an alphabet that we're trying to learn here. It's just different ways, just different words that you can spell, different poetry you can make when you know the different letters of the alphabet. So every martial art or every fitness modality has a different way of getting to the same place. It's all the same letters, but everybody makes their own words, their own sentences, their own paragraphs. So I have an extended vocabulary. Extensive vocabulary.
Right. Okay. And so for self-defense, would you say that all the different styles that you've learned throughout the years is like incorporated in your training?
Yes, definitely. Yeah, all my moves are in my training. Some moves, because I understand it so well, sometimes I will look at someone and assess them and put together something specifically for them. So it might be something that I would do with them that I would do with someone else who doesn't have the same challenges. So I can customize techniques for people because of my understanding of human body and how it works.
Do you start off with like assessments when you first get to working with a new client and trying to see the style that they can handle, or did you just kind of like have them try different things and then assessing it that way?
That is the assessment. Basically, there's talk and there's conversation and there's writing things down, but a real assessment is what can you do now?
Okay.
What are you capable of? Because you need to be at ground zero before you add on. You know what zero is. Assessment basically is finding out, and everyone's at a different level. We're finding out what level the person's at, what they're capable of, what their barriers are, what they're good at, how flexible they are, overall strength, endurance, repetition, mind, how strong their mind is, how focused they are, how easily they lose focus. Everything matters.
Why do you think it's important to have a personal trainer?
If there's one problem and one person's trying to solve the problem, then the chances are, there's a chance that you can solve the problem. But if there's two people against the same problem, there's a higher likelihood to solve the problem. it's going to increase your chances.
Okay, and what do you say to clients who, for example, may have a goal in mind and they discuss that with you upon meeting you, and they cancel or they don't show up? Like, how does one deal with that? What is the best advice you would give to someone who like maybe in a situation like that?
They should make them pay up front, and then they can chase their investments.
Oh, okay. Interesting. And
yeah, it can't be just a little bit. There has to be enough that it matters to them. If they miss it, it's going to be a lot of money.
What do you think some of the challenges have been for most people working out from home?
The biggest problem for most people is accountability. So they don't have to answer to anybody. And when they don't make it, it doesn't matter because they let themselves off the hook, so they don't have to answer. So they need to make themselves accountable to somebody. You know, doesn't matter who you are, if you're a CEO or whatever, you have to be accountable to somebody. Right? If you want to up your game, that's just what it takes.
Right. And what would you say are some of the benefits that you've seen with your clients working from home, like doing workouts from home as opposed to maybe in person?
Because we can basically have to stay in the frame in front of the camera. You have to stay in the frame. We can slow everything right down to where I can have them freeze on a move. Therefore, they don't get away with any technique that's not proper. We only do proper technique. So what I see in them is their technique is improving a lot. Also, their strength with this new technique is improving. So they actually get a lot of gains to where we would really want to take that out of the program. It works really well on video. When you have something, you can look at video and troubleshoot. It's a great technique. I should have been using it a long time ago. Now, yeah, for real. I was showing it a long time ago, but I didn't think it was such a big deal. But now that I've done it with my clients, I can see how they're improving, and attention to detail is way up.
I see. And so, what are examples of like different things that you incorporate with your different styles of expertise in martial arts?
Example is as in warm up, breathing would be similar to what we learned in Tai Chi. Lots of martial arts have that, and then mobility is like it could be similar to what we do in Taekwondo, where we do lots of footwork, warm up. Also for mobility, we do what's called animal flow, which is a series of movements derived from watching animals. But it's also, it also has roots in African martial arts as well, capoeira and Angola. So it kind of floats between the different styles. If you know what to look for, you can recognize it. But most martial arts comes from study of animals anyway. So you see lots of techniques that mimic animal movements. The kicking, the striking, the punching, elbows, knees. That's in most different martial arts have these techniques, but the way that we put it together, it's like an art form. So, everyone paints the canvas different.
And without doing animal forms, say someone wants a HIIT workout, what form of martial arts would have an influence on, since you do have so much knowledge with martial arts, like what ways can martial arts be incorporated in like a HIIT type workout? Punching
is really popular. You see lots of that. Kicking, kicks on the ground. You say not animal movements?
Yeah, so not animal flow, slow movement workout.
Yeah. Yeah, punching and I try not to do too much high impact, but there's also jumping and split jumps, squats, lunges, side to side movements, cartwheels, handstands, headstands. And every single position you can do for your core, which is millions of positions. It's hard to break it down with any kind of core movement.
Okay.
But you can also say these are animal movements too. With the trained eye would say it all comes from animals. But for me, I would say, it does come from all different martial arts as well. It comes from just knowledge of how the body works. As long as humans have 2 arms and 2 legs, it's not that different.
Okay. What would you say to anybody who hasn't worked out in like a few years and they don't know where to start?
Yeah. Movement. Movement is key. So it's just movement, Some people can't put their arms over their head straight. So it depends on, once again, it's the assessment, see what the capability is, and then we take it from there, looking at upwards progression and regression. So progression is basic, more difficult, but regression is you make it best movements and seeing how they do. It always starts from the assessment, whether they're able to do it or not, then you create a progression or regression and go from there. So formula, follow a formula.
Okay, we got it. Just to confirm, you mentioned assessment and you mentioned progression and regression. So progression is they're moving forward, correct?
Progression is advancing the technique to increase the difficulty. So it's like moving up, upping the level of difficulty.
And regression?
Lowering the level, making it easier.
So you're able to identify how to do where someone's at through the assessment, and then being able to see what
what the requirements are to like as in I can see blockages. I can see in the movement, when the movement isn't fluid, the movement's not fluid, anything that inhibits the fluid movement, there's blockages, I can detect these and find ways to release them.
Okay, and just also, why Concrete Jungle?
The Concrete Jungle is just a nod to the conditions that we all lived in. We lived in a different city, but but if the city stopped being a thriving metropolis, and very quickly it would just turn into jungle. And it also we think it's so sophisticated. We think we live in a sophisticated place, but really, it's not as sophisticated as what God created as wildlife, and everything works together, and the cycle of life continues. We're in a city, everything's trying to, it's concrete, it's like dead. It's not really alive in the same kind of way. Well, it's the yin and the yang that's on both sides, concrete and jungle, that exist in the same space.
And why are you fit to do this job? Why should someone work out with you?
I've been training my entire life for this. when they make the I used to work at Good Life, and I realized when they make the fitness program for trainer, the profiles for trainer, where the trainer's supposed to be, what it's supposed to do, it's basically they're just saying me. Like I am the epitome of what they want in a personal trainer. Like what the profile is for a personal trainer by the biggest companies is basically someone like me, someone that's been training their whole life in fitness, that was an athlete and a competitor, and wants to share that knowledge and has a modality that is specialized in, but I've also learned the fitness way of doing it through the fitness organization, through my fitness certification. But I'm also certified through different martial arts organizations at the black belt level. So I have different worlds that I've been exposed to. I bring all those worlds together into one. And I bring that, and I can give that information to my clients in a way where they understand that they're able to take that and improve and achieve their goals, which they do. And they come back, they stay with me. And even people that, for whatever reason, they had to do their own thing in their life, they come back looking for me. I have people that are seeking me out right now online. My last client said they've been looking for me for 2 years. They couldn't find me, but then they remembered concrete something.
That's great. All right. Anything else you want to add?
Nope.
Good. I pretty much got it, so we're good.
Yeah.